All right, guys, welcome to a Friday night late stream. So we're just picking up where we left off earlier, and that I was showing you guys a very simple groove. I even did a short that I did a little while ago that's just this simple idea of thinking 4 on the floor with D minor 9, and all you're doing, you're going to a G flat, G13 flat 9, but the trick is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 4, and 1 in the left hand. I'm just doing octaves. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's sort of, I think, the loop that I put as a short. But what I thought we would do is kind of extend it a little. And as we go through this, a couple things is that I do have a new streaming platform that if you guys would like to donate, there's nothing ever expected, but occasionally somebody wants to donate, and so there's a link there and gives you an opportunity to donate whatever you want to give. And I think I'm going to do something fun that if somebody donates, I'm going to give you 1 week of either Chord Academy or our All Access group, which meets on Monday and Thursday, and the Chord Academy is Tuesday, Friday. So anybody who donates, I'll give you access to that next week when we meet at 8 a.m. on those mornings, and you can also, of course, watch the replay. Okay, so here we go. What I'm doing is 2, 5, and then I'm doing 3, C minor 7, and then to A7. So here we go. 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. But what we did earlier this afternoon before I went to go get something to eat, then we extended it to down to F. So the 4 chord of the C, key of C, F major 7, and then I'm actually going to add this up to the B flat, so chromatically up to the B flat, and then I'm going to do A minor 9, which is going to sound nice, and then walk it up to D13, so almost like an Isn't She Lovely kind of, to me, that kind of has that vibe. Let's do that again. All right, here we go. So we're going. And then we're going to go F major. And then we'll start it. Oh, then we'll go up to the G13, 2 and 3. We'll maybe go up a half step. Start it over. So what we're going to do, let's just talk this through because this is really important. This idea of getting your hands working together is one of my favorite things to teach. And we can always play something slow and straight. So I could go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and right? So again, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then so 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to be on the and. 1, 2, 3, and I'm not doing that wrong. I'm not playing the right notes. It's just down here. Let's do that again. So we're here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's together. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to extend it. And we're going to go F major, 2 and 3. sus. And let's go up a half step, 2. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2. Maybe. And then F major, 2. Little Stevie Wonder kind of vibe there. And then we'll go up to the G sus. There, 2 and 3. All right, what do you guys think about that? Is that too long or does that feel just right? The first loop I did today was this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then it looped again. And then we added to it. We did this, 2 and 3. And we added F major. And then I think I did F major, and then I went down to D. So it was a little bit shorter. And this time I went F major, B flat, then A minor, down to D13. What's up, Jeffrey? Jeffrey, it's good that you showed up tonight because just like we did earlier, I decided to extend it a little bit more. So I want to show this to you and you let me know what you think. So this is what we had. There's the short version. Actually, 2, flat 9, 3. That was the short version. Then we added the F major. And then we did so then I think what we could do after the F major is we'll go up to the B flat and then we're gonna go A minor 9 and then to the D7 and then the G7. So let's see what this does. let's do like. I don't know. That might be too long, but I would like to get other people's feedback. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. Three and four and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. What do you think, Jeffrey? Is that just about right? The short version is already on YouTube. I think I made a short of it. The short version is this. 2, 3. And then it just loops over and over. Here we go. I kind of like that. And 3 and 4. It's not a bad way to teach that either. I could go quarter notes just together so that people get used to that, and then we add that. All right, let me just play it a couple of times to get familiar with it. 2 and 3 and 4. I kind of like the slow. did another loop today. You guys want to hear that? Another loop? Who wants to hear another loop? So the first one I did today, and I did this as a short, is this. I did and then I did, remember that one, Jeffrey? I did I'll show you the other one. Let me do it one more time. So we're gonna go. That's what I did. And we talked about how you can use the diminished scale on there, and you can do all those cool little tricks. I always write those things out for you guys. Okay, so here's the new loop, and I'm probably going to put this one in the my newest thing ever on YouTube, and that is the membership area. We're up to 4 people. And I'm not talking about our academies. We have Chord Academy, and of course we have our All Access, but this is something public that I decided to do, and I'm giving away all kinds of craziness, and you can hit join, and you can look and see what tier you want to do, but I'm giving away all kinds of stuff. I even have a course that I'm giving away, my shapes course. But I ask that anybody who signs up for whatever tier you do, don't just sign up and then cancel. I want you to really think about, do you want to support my channel, and go for it. I'm really excited that we have 4 people. We just launched it very recently. All right, yeah, another loop. I'll show you guys another loop that I did today, and I'll probably put it up as a short as well. All right, so here we go. Something like this. Let me think about this. Give me a second, because I always forget what I was doing. I did. Something like that. Oh man, what did I do? Da, 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 da. Hey, Hugh. Anytime I'm doing my loops, my crazy loops, I'm always showing you something that we've learned in our academy, or it's in one of my courses or something. I always try to connect the dots. Hugh is not only is Hugh a proud member, let me brag on Hugh for a minute. Hugh is a member of All Access, which means he's a member of Chord Academy, and he is invested in both. He's what I call a double dipper. My dad is like that as well. He's a member of everything, and it always amazes me, the generosity of the people at iMusicAcademy. And they support me. I have so Hugh's a perfect example of that. He signed up for 2 academies, which I'm very thankful for all of our members. And not only that, but Hugh is so faithful. Every single stream I do, even late at night. He was on early this morning, and he's on late at night. That's the way Hugh is. And he's into everything. That's the cool thing. I had another member of one of our academies, and you guys know, when you're in the academy, I send you the courses, just like this new venture on YouTube. I give you guys my courses, and I literally sent the course out, and then about 2 hours later, I got an email that says, this person has bought your course. Well, I already gave it to him, and he bought it. So anyway, that's just I'm just so lucky to be able to get to do what I do. So this little loop that I did, and Hugh, you'll get to benefit from this, because I'm going to write this one out too. I'm doing bigger chords right now. I'm gonna make it playable for everybody. So I'll give you the harder version and then the easier version. The harder version would be a little bigger chords in the left hand, and then I go here, which is a little difficult for people to reach. And right here I do this. Now, that right there comes right out of the shapes course, right? I do this whole training in the shapes course that talks about when you're playing your blues, how you can go C, and you can go C triad in second inversion, my favorite inversion of the triad. And I have a whole section in the shapes course of using your half steps. And what I absolutely love this, and Jeffrey, you can resonate with this, and Hugh knows this very well, is if I have a second inversion triad, I go down by half steps. That's C, B, and B flat second inversion triad. But then it goes into A minor, A flat minor, and G minor. So 3 minor triads in a row. And then I can go F major in second inversion, and I can come down C7 and end on my favorite inversion, the C triad. Now, why in the world would I be even telling you this? Because even from a C7, like if you do blues example 1 from Blues Volume 1, and you're just doing this back and forth, maybe I want to get some work in and do those triads. I can go. And I just went down major triads. Now I'm on the minor ones. Now major. Let me do it again. See how I did that? Minor and then major. Now, you talk about ear training and getting some work in. When I go to the 4 chord, I can do the same thing. When I go to the G chord, I can do the same thing. Now, what I just showed you in the loop is I did this. I went. And I went. Da-da-da. And right here, there it is. I just went down triads. And then I said G minor, and then I could go to G flat if I want to. You guys hear what I did there? I'm just practicing those triads, but isn't that a nice little way to make that sound? And I'm going to give you the easier version for the chords in just a second. Let me do it one more time. This is sort of, I've been doing almost like a loop a day. And of course I do a lot of teaching, but watch this. Ba, and I'm always thinking melody. Ba. And I could go here if I want to, like an easier version. Now here. Now here. Easier. That was a little Art Tatum thing I did at the very end. Diminished. All right. What do you guys think? All right. You guys want me to go back to this? about or or all right, you guys like that? All right, now we have a lot of people at least kind of hanging out and watching. If anybody is on, do you guys want to hear another thing that I'm writing out? I have 3 things that I have to write out. No, I have 4 things I still have to write out. I'm always writing out compositions and things for our students, our amazing groups. If you guys want another one, I'll show you a couple other ideas before we get off. And just a quick clarification again. I'm not even talking about, like, I do have all kinds of resources. I have a All Access Academy, and which people obviously get access to everything. All the private lives, we go live total of 4 times a week with between our 2 academies. And I have tons of courses and everything, but my newest thing is for the public YouTube channel is that you can sign up. You can say, I just want to be at the smallest tier and I just want to support what you're doing. And all you have to do is hit join and look at what we have. And I am giving everybody pretty much the same thing right now as we start this thing, where I'm giving away all kinds of fun little free gifts. I already have it loaded in the membership area, and you get a cool little logo badge that kind of says that you're a supporter of what we're doing. So I'm telling you all that just to say that is an option. I've been really ramping up iMusicAcademy. I love what I get to do. I love that I get to teach. I also very thankful for the support that we have. So just letting somebody out there know that you can now click on there to not only join the YouTube thing, but you can also make any kind of one-time donation if you want. Inside the description, it takes you to my Streamlabs profile, and you can use PayPal, you can use whatever, and any amount is greatly appreciated. So here we go. If you guys want to see another little loop that I'm working on for the Academy, I'll show you. There are a couple of blues things. Okay, Jeffrey says let's hear it. Okay, so there's two etudes that I'm about to write out. The first one is pretty simple, and I'll show you how that works. This is for like a simple C blues, but this lick, let's see, these are like to get your fingers going. You can do a triplet. I'll tell you what I want to teach in each one that we do, okay? Now when you go to F, it's the same thing. Same thing on G. So it's like a little etude of getting used to your 5/4. So root, flat 7, 5th, minor third to major third. So this one is teaching you not only how to move your fingers, but also getting to that minor third to major third. And what's really nice about our minor third to major third, this is just a little tip, is that whenever you're doing a C blues, let's say, and I do a simple thing of minor third to major third, or even if I'm outlining the triad and I go ba-da-da-da, like an enclosure on E, I could go. When I go to F, I can do the same thing over F. I can go. See what I'm doing? So I'm going to that chord. So these minor third to major third licks, you can go to that specific chord and do the same thing, even on G, minor third to major third over G major, F, and the C, and a little C blues scale kind of thing. Same thing on F. Same thing on G. Blues scale. Now, let's take that to the same idea, but now here's the etude that I'm going to write out. It's very simple. So when I go to F, it's the same thing. G. Okay, now I'm going to show you one other etude. Are you guys ready? I need somebody that more than just Jeffrey. Jeffrey's going to always say, let's hear it, because that's the way he is. He's an amazing musician, always active in the chat. He's going to want to hear it. I need one more person other than Jeffrey say you want to hear one more etude. And I think you're going to like this next one because it's all about the blues scale in this next one. And I'm always about like, it's not about like fast fingers. Like I don't care anything about somebody playing fast. I want you to have fluid fingers so that you can play whatever you want to play. But also I want you to keep your fingers moving. Like a great little exercise while I'm waiting for one more person to say they want to hear this etude. Take the first 5 notes of the C blues scale and use that as a good exercise. Right? If you have more experience, and what I mean by that is like even go up and down, you're building up this shape, so every note's you're gonna have something to play, and also it doesn't matter like what order I do. And that's what the shapes course is all about. But then, if you have more experience, you're going to go up the key of D flat and do the same thing. D. So even this one shape gives you material to use over everything. What's up, James? Good to see James. It's been a while since I've seen you, man. Good to see you. All right, so now this etude is super easy, but great for minor third to major third. Okay, the next thing that we need to know is let's do this other blues scale etude. And I'm going to tell you exactly why I did this simple blues idea. This idea of going. F, do the same thing. And here we go. Okay, now, does anybody know what I was doing there? I was doing the blues scale, right? Which is nice. It's a nice little way of turning that blues scale around. And you're working your fingers, which I want everybody that hangs out at iMusicAcademy to be working your fingers. It's nice to have little etudes and things that you practice. I've written etudes for Oscar Peterson, like Oscar Peterson stuff, where I'm doing this because, like, I love to work the fingers. I've done all kinds of crazy etudes, but I also think it's nice to make melodic, beautiful songs and things to work on. This is, even though it's just the blues scale, it actually is really good for the fingers because of it's using 2, 3, 5, 4, right? So I'm about to write that one out. But what I want to show you guys is a tip that made me want to develop this etude. I was playing a gig not too long ago, maybe this last year, with a friend of mine, and I was on bass and he was on piano, and he was doing this all night, where he was going. So like whatever run he was doing, it doesn't matter the key. He was doing 1, 2, 3. And I haven't been a 1, 2, 3 guy until I started to see what this guy was doing. Like if I was playing a pentatonic scale, I would be more likely to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And he was doing everything 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I think he's a big Kenny Kirkland fan, and so it was really neat and refreshing to hear what he was doing. But I was thinking, I want to add that in my playing, so I started doing that. And that's why this etude does a couple of interesting things. At least for me, I feel like it's interesting. interesting. It does the blues scale, and we go da 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 da. There it is right there, but it's not the blues scale that we're doing right here. We're doing the pentatonic scale. And if everybody knows what the pentatonic scale, it's just like it's a 5-note scale, obviously a minor pentatonic, but it doesn't have the F sharp. So it's just this idea. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, to me, that one idea is gold right there. So you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And here's the etude again. And then you can stop on G and do it again. And then just for fun, I went sharp 9 to sharp 11. Be-dum. Do it again on F, same notes. All right, now watch this. I went up to the minor third, and then we start that over. Oh, thank you so much, James. James, did you get to hear the etude of the night? This one? Wait, what did I do? Well, let me think of what I did. It's the chord of the day, or the loop of the day. I've actually had about 3 loops of the day. So, yeah, so I don't know if James got to hear that one, but what I want to get on that specific etude, I'm going to write that out. Sometimes you know that I'll go live just so I'll remember what I need to write out. This would be an example of one of those. But watch what we do here. We can stay big and open with the voicings right here, or we can go close. We can go. I could go, or I could go. And what I did here, which is what I wanted to tell you guys about. Now, I tell my students all the time, I say, I do have a kind of a bad shoulder and neck, and I think it's because of being so tall. And I'm always leaning over, and you know how it is if you play the piano, which a lot of you play the piano, and you're leaning over. It's very bad on your neck and so it really has messed up my strength in my 4th and 5th fingers. And so, like, I miss a lot of stuff, and it just is what it is. Like, sometimes I just lose this. So that's another reason why I say that we all need to be working our fingers. So even though something's off with my shoulder, I can almost get by if I work my fingers a lot. But what I was going to tell you guys is this usually is a really strength for me of being able to do these arpeggios and things like that. But that's just a fun thing to do. Like anything you do, like a 4-note pattern, practice going up and down. I love that idea. And I did study, when I was in college, I studied Debussy and I studied Ravel. So this kind of sound is just like butter to me, right? I love that. So I did like... And I did... Now right here, I could go, which I love that, da, 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 or I could go. Yeah, see, I have hardly any strength right now to hold that down, but you get the idea. How beautiful that is to take those and go up and down. Okay, so we did that one today, and then from this morning and in Chord Academy, this one is accessible for everyone, and I want everybody. Let's end this stream with doing. Let me teach you guys one more loop that we did earlier, and you can go back and watch this video. But go ahead and check this one out. So this one of my favorite chords. I have a lot of favorite chords. This is one of those. If you take a D minor and you put a C major, and somebody can mention in the chat for anybody who watches this that there are new ways to support the stream. You can click on the description and you can go to Streamlabs and you can do PayPal, whatever. That could be a one-time donation, and it will put your name on the screen. Hey, so and so donated, whatever. You can go any amount. There's also the joining, the idea of you can support the public stream, but once you support it, like if you do whatever tier you do, you get all kinds of fun, free things, but also it's a community that's private on YouTube. And I've already been loading some really cool things. So just know I'm super excited about that. We have 4 members to that. So very excited about that. All right, now here's the loop. Everybody pay attention because... thank you so much, James, for your compliment on me sounding good. Let's go for another 10 minutes or so. All right, watch this. D minor. You have D minor, and you put a C major, which is a step below, and you have this. Now, that by itself is a beautiful sounding chord, right? Just remember what I'm saying here. You have a D minor, go a whole step below, so a D major with a C, D minor with a C major. Now, watch this. I'm going to spread out the D, and I'll put the C in second inversion. Watch this. Okay. Now, right now, I'm just practicing getting the sound, what I call sitting on a voicing. And I'm doing C in second inversion. You guys know that that's my second inversion. So watch this. Here's the melody for today. I go, I'll play it in time in just a minute, but we go, ba, ba, 3, 4, 5, ba, da. Now watch this. I'm going to explain it in just a second. Which one is the Bach run? You'll have to tell me. I actually studied Bach in college, but I promise you I wasn't trying to steal from Bach. But there's something else I was going to tell you. Oh, speaking of classical tips and tips that I want you guys to remember. When I play this D minor, this is the kind of voicing you want to sit on. So you say C in second inversion with D minor. Sounds fantastic, right? So maybe put it in a different key. Go down to C minor. Still sounds fantastic. And you guys know that I do all kinds. Speaking of Bach, I love to take... I love to take classical things. I take Chopin. And I'll reharmonize it. So I love doing that kind of stuff. I thank my classical background for all that. Okay, now, there's something I was going to tell you guys. So this right here, James, everybody, like whatever kind of chord I'm doing, you can go half step below up to it. That's a nice sound. Or a whole step. All right, now, I want to know what Bach run you're talking about. You got me on that one. But you guys see what I did there? And we're in the key of C, and I want to give you a couple more tips. Is this idea of sitting on a voicing, ba, 3, 4, 5. So instead of doing 2, 5, 1, which is the most common progression in jazz, I did 2 to the tritone of G, which is D flat. Now watch this. That's the sharp 11 of D flat major 9. That's why that sounds so good. Sharp 11. And then I go ba da ba, C major 9, da da flat 9. Now here's one of your last tips. Is that whatever dominant you're on, you can go up a half step and play a diminished chord. Diminish, diminish. It's the same 4 notes no matter how you do that. I can do this, or I can do this. All the same notes. It's a diminished scale. I do A, on dominant chords you use half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half steps. So any order I do those in, it's going to sound fantastic. And what I just did was half step up a minor third, half step up a minor third. Same thing, I could go up a fourth. That's a nice sound, right? I could do this. Okay, and then the last thing I want to show you related to that A7 is this. I go ba da da da, and I go ba da da, and here, watch this. See that? I went ba da 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 da. You hear that nice sound of. Now, wasn't even planning on doing what I just did there. I went ba da da da. Right? This is like, that's like a Ravel ish. Oh, okay. I did a D flat major 9, right? But I did the G, which is like thinking like F minor 9 over that D flat. That's pretty mysterious to me, right? Ba. Or. I'm just kidding. All right, you get it though. Ba. All right, do you guys have, what questions do you have as we wrap this up? I think I want to end, since I said we're going to have maybe 4 more minutes. It's 9:11. I think what I want to do is show you guys the extended loop for this easy version of 4 on the floor. So you have this, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Flat 9, 3, 6, to 4, to flat 7, to 6 minor, to dominant, 2. Ba, ba, to F, to B flat, to 6 minor, to dominant. All right, let me just do something here. Stay tuned. What questions do you have before we wrap up? We're going to wrap up in like 2 minutes. I have so much that I'm going to have to do for the writing out finale over the next couple of days. Let me see something here. Okay, I'm going to be doing a fun little some fun streams coming up. Let me know if you have any questions before we sign off. I don't like that. I need 3 notes. The main thing on this loop is, in addition to just doing 2, 5, 3, 6, flat 7s, flats, or 6 minor and 2, is because yes, we're doing a familiar chord progression, but I want you to get the 4 on the floor just to kind of get your rhythm going. But also, I'm doing on purpose. I'm going a couple things. I'm going 2, 3, and 4, and so it's like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 4 and 1, 2. That's what's tricky about that. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. So and 4 and 1. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and the and of 3, 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Let's do it again. So the Ravel Bolero, I have no idea. I'd have to hear it again. But I have played Bolero in a big band setting before. Definitely have done that. With the full big band, I remember that arrangement for sure. I did the Pavane, and I'd have to go back and get my book out. But I love Ravel. All kinds of fun little things. All right, guys, that's been a lot of fun. It's been a super productive day at iMusicAcademy. Lots of shorts, lots of fun little things. I wouldn't mind for you sending me a recording of that, or just like you always do, James. That'd be awesome. Yeah, last thing I'll say is we talked a lot about triads this week at iMusicAcademy, and here are your quick tips. I'm going to do this because I can. It's Friday night. Is this. We did a lick where we talk about going to the flat 7. And of how you can obviously transpose that. So as you're learning how to transpose, think of it in small sections. ba-da-da, getting down to the root of the flat 7. That'll never fail you. Ba-da-da, go to the second note of the scale, which is D. Da-da-da, up a fifth. Ba-da-da. Now it sets you up perfectly for this. Ba-ba-da-da-da-bum, ba-da-da-da, and that's just C triad. Da-da-da-da-da. So watch when I go to F. Down to the flat 7 to the second note of the F scale. Now F triad to the flat 7 when I'm on G. So we took that lick, and then I said, this is like a whole thing of the week. I wrote out this crazy PDF on things you can do with triads. Another thing is this. When you're on the C triad, you know you have outlining, ba-da-da-bum, ba-da-da-da. We talked a lot about that idea right there. But then you said, and there were other things you can do, but ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, or this, da-da-da-bum, ba-da-da-da. All thinking about visualizing the C triad. And then you go first inversion. Well, guess what you can do with that? You have this idea of minor third, major third up of the root, and then you can go down, ba-da-da-da, right? Or this. And notice that at the end, that's minor third to major third up to the root. So that's right all there in your first inversion triad. And we did a whole section on that. And then we did my favorite inversion triad, the second inversion triad, and all the different things you can do there. Let me give you a tip. Everybody lock in for just another minute or two. The interval of a 6 there, G up to E. Now watch this. Chromatically down. And then one more, you're going to go thumb down a half step, and then the last one you go top note down a whole step. So it doesn't matter what key you're doing your blues on. Let's say you could go, right? Half step, and then whole step with a half step. And then I can go down and play my B flat over that. So you go. Okay, so then we took that idea, and as a reminder, we said, okay, well, we know that C in second inversion is going to work perfectly with D minor, right? So that's a first inversion D minor. So this gospel trick that people know is 2 triads can get you through almost everything, right? You put a C pedal down, you go C, and you go D minor, first inversion, C, root, second, first. So they're always like 2 in a row. C is root, D minor. Then first inversion, 2 in a row, and then it starts over. Now, why in the world am I saying that? Because one, you can go C, and then you go to F, over G, over A minor. What about D minor? Now, here's your thing I want you to actually practice. I mean, that's really good too. But this idea of first and second inversion, C major. Now watch this. Like even a hymn, I go, Okay, now, notice what I did at the very beginning. C major, D minor, C major, D minor, C major. See how I said, all right, let's do C in second inversion. Let's go up to that D minor and get used to that sound. I can even go up to E minor and I get a little major sound. Wow, that sounds good to me. And then two first inversions in a row. All right, guys, what a fun way to do a Friday night, little late night session. I'm going to go check and see if in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to see, has anybody supported this really long lesson? There are new ways to support iMusicAcademy, and I hope you'll at least look at the description. hit the join button. You don't have to join, but just look at what is out there. Tons of free gifts for anybody who wants to support the channel. Get a cool badge. You get a course. There's the Shapes course inside of there. And then, of course, you can see the Streamlabs donation where you go and you can make any amount because it's a one-time kind of thing. So I'm going to check that in about an hour just to see, does anybody even find this? Do they want to support? But let me just say this as we close, is I'm having such a blast in our academies. We have an all-access group, and we have lots of courses on iMusicAcademy.com, and then we have our Chord Academy. So anyway, awesome. Oh, you like the 4 on the floor, James? All right, I'm going to keep that. So the short that I just put out tonight was the short version of this, and just kind of today's loop was this. Do you like the flat 9 on it instead of the regular 13? I'm going to keep the flat 9 until you guys tell me otherwise, but here's the short version. 5, 3, 6, and it just loops for days. The next iteration was this. 2, 5, 3, 6. Then I went to the 4. Then I went to the 2, and then I went to the sus right there. But then, after dinner, I decided to do this. 2, 5, 3, 6, 4, flat 7, to 6 minor, to D13, and then... You can also do 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3. Let's see which one? Oh yeah. Send me the bolero. Yeah, the recording. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's do this again. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. I like that too. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. All right, guys, that's a good workout. Ravel. Trying to incorporate everything we've done tonight. Da, 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 or da, 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 da. else I did though. There it is right there, diminished. There it is. I don't know how I found that chord, but I like it. All right, guys, 9:30 on the dot. Perfect way to end this stream. Hope you have an amazing night. Let me do my shout outs. You guys say goodbye to each other. See you on the next one. Jeffrey, always #1 on, along with Hugh. Hugh is another #1. You guys are jumping onto my public streams. I love it. Always good to see you, Jeffrey. Always good to see you, Hugh. I get to see Hugh minimum 4 times a week in the academy and then live on YouTube. I love it. James, good to see you as always. Always supporting the stream publicly. Good to see you. All right, guys, and to everybody watching this either on the replay, I'm going to say it one more time. Don't be afraid to donate to this channel. I think you'll be happy that you did. Don't forget that you can always join. You can hit the tiers in the join section and just see, do you want to support the stream? Yes, you can do that, or you don't have to. Even just you being here means a lot to me. Have a great